This is a 30-inch induction cooktop. Below the surface, it drops about 6.5 inches beneath the counter level. You can see that it doesn't look like other induction stoves or radiant electric stoves that you've seen before. It's not a solid sheet of black glass. That is because we've built something that is quite a lot better than other induction, and we wanted it to look different. That's one reason, and there's also performance reasons, which we'll go through here. The first thing that's going to jump out and be different is the raised burners. There's 4 9-inch induction burners on the Impulse stove, and they're raised about a 1/2 inch above the stove surface. There's a couple reasons we did this. The first is by raising the burner up, it saves a little bit of room under the counter. And right now our battery hangs, like I said, 6.5 inches below the counter, and we wanted to make that as compact as we could and not push it down further. Reducing your storage. The second reason we raise the burner is because we're able to give some of the visual feedback that people like to have when they are cooking on gas. People are used to the flame being small or getting bigger and giving them a visual feedback on heat. We have LED rings that surround the burner and that go from a light yellow, like you see here, to a dark red, which you'll see later once we start actually cooking on the burner. The third reason we raise the burner, because it helps protect both the screen in the middle and give you more versatility on a smaller cooktop. This is 30 inches. Say you're putting multiple large pans on and you need to kind of move one off to the side to make everything fit. If you're doing a flush mount installation, which a lot of people like because it's the stylish thing, and you're pushing one of your pans off to the side, that pan might hit the countertop. But with the raised burner, we don't do that. And you can, as long as you are covering the temperature sensor, it's going to work. The other reason is because raising the burner allows us to protect the screen a little bit. So obviously there's a big screen here in the middle. This is not a touch screen, it's just a display. And we've obviously done tons of drop tests, scratch tests, etc. on it. It's a very durable screen. That being said, durable does not mean it is impervious to damage. So by raising the burner up a little bit, it helps prevent you from, say, dragging a heavy cast iron pot directly across it. Gives you just a little bit more protection there. Moving away from the screen and the burners, the next thing that really stands out on the Impulse cooktop is the knobs. Most other induction stoves on the market in the United States today get their parts from the same supplier. The fancy stainless steel and the logo might be different, but a lot of the internals are going to be very, very similar, if not exactly the same. And one of the things we heard that customers hate about existing induction is the touch screens. The touch screens and the buttons. They didn't like having to jam a button 15 times to get to their desired temperature. They didn't like touch screens that got greasy and became unresponsive. So what we did is we developed these removable magnetic knobs. They look and feel just like a stereo knob on an old stereo receiver. And that's how you interact with them too. There's no electronics in here, no Bluetooth. It's just, it works off magnets in the knob and then corresponding magnets under the cooktop surface. There's 2 gestures you can make with this. It's like there's a click or there is a rotate. So using the cooktop then, you're going to interact with it the same way that you did with the original iPods. You can click to turn a burner on, click again to switch to temperature mode, and then rotate to set your preferred temperature or power level. Lifting the knob off turns off the burner instantly. It's a very quick way that I tend to use to power down a burner, or you can also power down a burner by turning the knob all the way to the left and leaving it. A couple of things that the knobs give you. One, it is super easy to clean. There's no, removing the knob and trying to get the grease out from around the stalk like you have on a traditional stove. And then the second thing is there's actually a little bit of a peace of mind safety thing for, potentially for families where you can't turn on the burner if there's no knob there. So you can place the knobs out of reach of little hands and no one can accidentally start cooking something. The knobs are interchangeable. Like I said, it's entirely magnetic. There's no Bluetooth or anything like that. You don't have to charge them. They're very cool. And honestly, we get requests all the time for if we could make them available on other stoves because people are that excited about them over the status quo. Next thing we'll notice is the screen. There's a screen in the middle. It is not a touch screen. Like I said, you're going to interact with it like you did with an original iPod. You push and hold To get into the settings menu, you scroll up and down. You can do things like change the cooking unit from Fahrenheit to Celsius, change the Wi-Fi, or if there is a over-the-air update available, you can trigger that to download.